Assalamu alaikum students. So in this video we are going to solve 4024 paper 22 May June 2026. So this is scanned copy, so this can be like the paper quality is bit low. So let's start with the first question. All right, so now here you need to write these number in order of the size. Let's convert 2 by 5 into decimal. So if we convert 2 by 5 in decimal, so that is 0.4, and this is 0.42, and this is 0.38. Now you can check that this value is smallest, so 38. So first we will write 38%, and then we will write 0.42, and then lastly we have 2 by 5. Okay, let's move to question number 2. So in question number 2, Mason records the colors of all the cars in the car park. So the results are shown in bar chart. Write down the color of the car that is recorded the least number of times. So here you can check that this car is recorded the least number of times because its frequency is smaller. Now, so in A part, you will write red only. Find the total number of cars in the park. So now you can check from this. There are 6 silver cars, 3 blue, 4 black, 5 gray, and 2 red. So let's add these numbers. So we will write 6 plus 3, 6 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 2. So that will be 7, 11, and then 14, and then 6 will be 20. Let's start with question number 3. The diagram shows the net of a cuboid made from 4 congruent rectangles and 2 congruent squares. All right. Now what you are supposed to do, you need to find out the total length of the edges of the cuboid. All right. Now it's easy if you convert this net into a cuboid. So you will have a shape like this. Just ignore this arrow. Just want I just want to show you so that you can easily understand. Now here is a square that have length 2 centimeter. So here is 2 centimeter and here is 5 centimeter. All right. Now you can check that the cuboid have 12 edges. So 4 edges are of length 2 centimeter. All right. And now these 4 edges are of 2 centimeter, and these vertical lines, the edges, these 4 edges are of 5 centimeter. Now what you need to do, so you will just need 2 plus 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 5 plus 5, sorry, plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. So this will produce actually 36. So now the answer will be 36. So I already written over here. Let's solve question number 4 now. So, question number 4, in question number 4, so you need to do 2.5 power 4 over 3.09 plus square root 16.98. All right. So now what you are getting from here, so you are getting 5.4173. So you can write it over here, 5.4173, and if you round it off up to 2 decimal place, so it will become 1 will changes into 2. So the answer will be 5.42. Let's move to next question. So point A and B are plotted on the grid. In A part, you need to write down the coordinates of point B. So coordinates, so the point B, the coordinates for point B is 2 minus 3. Also, let's write the coordinate for A point. So the coordinate for A point are minus 4 and minus 6. All right. So now here we will write 2 comma minus 3. Now you need to write down the gradient of AB. All right. So point A is minus 4 6 and point B is 2 comma minus 3. And the formula for gradient is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. All right, so this is x1 y1, this is x2 y2. All right, now so this will be equals to minus 3 minus 6 over 2 minus minus 4, and this thing will produce, so actually we have minus 6 over here, sorry for the mistake, so we have minus 6 over here. So this will be minus 3 plus 6 over 2 plus 4, and that will be equals to 3 by 6, and this thing will produce 1 over 2, and that is your answer. Now in next part you need to write the midpoint so of AB. So just add the x coordinate minus 4 plus 2 over 2, and then add the y coordinate minus 6 minus 3 over 2. So this will produce minus 2 by 2 and minus 9 by 2. And if we simplify this, you will get minus 1 from here, and this will be minus 1 and minus 9 over 2. All right. So now this thing will get cancelled. Okay, let's move to question number 6. Sarah and Bill share some money in the ratio 5:6. All right, and Sarah receives $60. You need to find out the amount that Bill receives. So we can use proportion over here. So now here let's write dollars, and here let's write parts. So from ratio, Sarah is getting 5 parts, and these 5 parts are equals to $60. And now Bill receives 6 parts. So now let's write 6 over here and write x over here, just cross multiply now. Now you will get 60 into 6 is equals to 5x. So x will be equals to 60 multiplied by 6 over 5. And now you will get 5 times 12 is 60, 12 times 6 is 72. So x will be equals to 72. All right, let's move to B part. Sarah uses her $60 to buy books. All right, and each book costs $7. Find the maximum number of books she can buy. So this will be equals to 60 over 7, and if we do it on calculator, 60 by 7. So this will be equals to 8.57. We can say 8.57, and she can buy maximum number of books that are 8. So I'll ignore the decimal parts. Now let's do this part. So you need to find out C minus 2D. So C is actually 1, 5, and minus 2 into D is minus 2, 3. All right, now let's do this. So you will get 1, and then if we multiply minus 2 with minus 2, so we'll get plus 4. So 1 plus 4 into 5 minus 6. So the answer will be 5 and minus 1. Hopefully you understand this. Now let's move to B part. So in B part, point P has coordinates 1, 5, and PQ is minus 4, 10. You need to write out find the coordinates of Q. So we know that, so the vector PQ in term of position vector is equals to OQ minus OP, and OP is, because the coordinates are 1, 5, so OP is 1, 5. OQ we will write as it is, and PQ is actually minus 4, 10. All right, now let's shift this term over on towards right side. So minus 410 plus 1, 5 we have over here, and here is OQ. So this will be minus 3 and 15. So the coordinates will be minus 3, 15. Let's move to this question number 8. So in question number 8, you have a tree diagram. All right. So now a bag contains 7 tiles and labeled A and 5 tiles labeled B. So the total tiles will be 12. So the total tiles will be 12. A tile is chosen at random from the bag and is replaced, and it is replaced. A second tile is then chosen at random from the bag. So now you need to complete this table. So if first tile taken is A, what is the probability? So we have 7 tiles. So it will be 7 by 12 and it will be 5 by 12. All right. Now, actually, when a thing is replaced back, so the probability will be same. So here we'll get 7 by 12, here we'll get 5 by 12, and again here we will get 7 by 12, and here we will get 5 by 12. because if you are picking one ball and this and that ball is picked back to the box or bag, so that means the probability will be remains same, the probability stays same. Let's work out the probability that both tiles are labeled A. So these are, for both tiles are labeled A, just multiply the probabilities. So you will get 7 by 12 multiplied by 7 by 12 over here. And that will be equals to 49 upon 144. All right. Now, this question is question number 9. Amira walks from her home to her friend's house. She leaves home at 9:35. She walks a total of 8 kilometers and at an average speed of 5 kilometers per hour. Work out the time she arrives at her house. So now basically in this question we have departure time, and by using this information you need to find journey time, and we need to find arrival time, and lastly we will just add. Okay, now she is covering 8 kilometer distance at this speed. So now the formula for speed is actually distance by time. So speed is equals to distance over time, and now time will be equals to distance by speed, distance over speed. So we can write d over s. All right, so I'm just representing speed with s. Okay, now the distance is 8 and speed is 5. The distance is 8 and speed is 5. Let's use calculator over here. So now if we do 8 divided by 5, so this is 1.6. So time is in hours. So if we press this sign, so we will get hours and minutes. So we have 1 hour and 36 minutes. We have 1 hour and 36 minutes. So we got 1.6 hour, and if we change it into hours and minutes, we'll get 1 hour and 36 minutes as the time, that is journey time. So this is the journey time actually. Now, but what was the departure time? It's 9:35. So we need to add 9:35 and 1 hour 36. Let's use calculator again. So we have 09, sorry. So we have 09:35 plus we have 01. So put this sign here as well. So 01 and we have 36 over here. So now the answer will be 11 hour and 11 minutes. So she will reach at 11. Just write it, mention it over here. 9:35 plus 1 hour 36 minutes. All right. Let's move to question number 10. So question number 10 is related to sets. All right. So now question number 10 is x such that x is an integer and 1 uh, is less than equals to x and x is less than equals to 9. So how many values this set have? So this universal set have values from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So these are the values of universal set. Now in F part, x such that x is factor of 6. So x is factor of 6. Let's write the factors of 6. So we can have factors of 6 as 1, 2, 3, and 6. Now let's write this thing, x such that x is a cube number. So cube number mean so 1, and then we have 8, and the next cube number is 27, and 27 is not like in universal set, so we can ignore this because this is universal set. So 27 is out of the universe of this question. All right. Now we have f over here, we have c over here. Let's take the common things. So let's write the common things between f and s over here. So we have 1 as common. So 8 left for c. So yeah, we wrote 1 over here and then 8 left over here. So similarly, we have 2, 3, 6 over here. 2, 3, 6. Now, which numbers left over here? So we have write 1, 2, 3, then 4, 5, 6 already written over here, 7 and 9. So we'll write these numbers over here. All right. So now This is question number 10 in part A. In part B, you need to do F union C dash. F union C dash. So F union C dash mean anything outside the C. F union C. So F union C is this part. F union C is this part. So we need to take out all the things that are outside. So outside we have 4, 5, 7, 9. So how many numbers do we have? So we have only 4 numbers. So the answer over here will be 4. Let's move to question number 11. So in a sale, all prices are reduces all price by 32%. Address cost this much. Work out the sale price of the address. So let's use proportion over here. So we have dollars and percentages. Before sale, address cost $56. All right, so it's $56, and this price is 100% because it is before sale. Now if we in sale the prices are reduced by 32%, so 100 minus 32 will be equals to 68, and we have 68 over here, and let's write x over here and just cross multiply. Sorry, so 100x will be equals to 56 multiplied by 68, and this thing will be equals to 56 multiplied by 68 over 100, and you will get what you will get from here. So let's do 56 multiplied by 68 divided by 100. So the price will be equals to 38.08. Rounding off it up to three significant figures, so it will be 38.1. Let's solve question number 12. Just solve this. So 5k will be equals to 12 plus 2, that is 14. So k will be equals to 14 by 5. And if we do 14 over 5, so we'll get 2.8. Let's do this question. Just expand the brackets first. So it will be equals to 10y minus 5 is equals to 12y plus 4. So 10y minus 12y is equals to 4 plus 5. So minus 2y will be equals to 9. So y will be equals to 9 over minus 2, and that will be equals to minus 4.5. Let's do next part. So we need to do f of minus 4. So we have function f of x. So let's use f of minus 4. So this will be equals to 2 into minus 4 plus 3. And that will be equals to minus 8 plus 3. So this thing will be equals to minus 5. All right. Now we need to find out g of f of 1. So yes, let's first find out f of 1. So we need to do this. So let's find out f of 1. So f of 1 will be equals to 2 into 1 plus 3, and that will be 5. Now put this f of 1, that is 5, in g of x. So g of x will be equals to now. So g f of 1 will be equals to 1 over. In the place of x, we will write f of 1, and the value of f of 1 is 5 minus 2. So this things will come out to equals to 1 over 3. Let's move to question number 14. All right. So this question number 14 is related to exponential growth. So the population of a village is 1260. The population grow exponentially at a rate of 1.7% per year. Calculate the increase in population at the end of 3 years. All right. Now you have the formula for exponential growth and decay. So that is actually final value is equals to initial value into 100 minus r over r over 100 power t. Now the final value is we need to find out. So initial value is 1260 into 100 minus 7. Sorry, not 7, 1.7. 1.7 over 100 power t, and t is 3 over here. So let's do this on calculator. So we have 1260 multiply by 100 So I did a mistake over here. So it grow exponentially. So that means you need to write plus sign over here. You need to write plus sign over. Sorry for the mistake. So 100 plus 1.7 over 100 power 3. So this thing comes out to 13 to 25.36 if we round it off. So 1325.36. Now this is the final value. So what is the increase in population? So now it is after 3 years, 1325.36 minus the original amount, that is 1260. So let's subtract 1260 from here. So this is 65.4 if we round it off up to 3 significant phase. So this will be 65.4. Let's do 15 part, just multiply because the bases are same, just add the power. So 5 plus 3 will be 8. So just subtract the power 1 minus 6. So this will be b power minus 5. Take reciprocal to convert negative power into positive power. So that will be 1 over b power 5. Let's do c part. So now you can simply write 4x cube separately because you can use the indices law to write the power separately. Now 4 cube is 64. So this will be 64x cube over y power 6. Let's move to question number 16. So in question number 16, the table gives the information about the speed of 60 cars. So we have total 60 cars traveling at a road. So now you need to estimate the mean. So what is the formula for mean? So mean is actually summation f x over summation f. Now what is x? X is actually midpoint. So let's find out the midpoint over here. Now to find out the midpoint of these numbers, so we just need to add these two numbers, 20 plus 24, and that will be equals to 44. And if we divide it by 2, you can write answer over here. The midpoint of this one is 22. You can also do it mentally. So 24 plus 40 will be equals to 64. So this thing will comes out to 32, and this thing 40 plus 58, this will be 98, and 98 by 2 is 49. All right, now 58 plus 70 will be equals to uh, I think 58 plus 70, let's do it on calculator. 58 plus 70, then divided by 2, so you'll get 64 over here. Now let's do summation f multiplied by x. So what you are supposed to do, now you got the values of midpoint, just multiply the frequency and midpoint and add these. So here the frequency is 4 and the midpoint is 22. So you just do this. 4 multiplied by 22 plus 32 multiplied by 22 plus 49 multiplied by 28 plus 64 multiplied by 6 over, we have summation f. So if you add all these values, so you will finally get 60 because it's already mentioned in the question. Let's solve this on calculator. So now we have 4 multiplied by 22 plus 32 multiplied by 22 plus 49 multiplied by 28 plus 6 multiplied by 64. So this thing comes out to 2548. Divided by 60. So this thing will be equals to 42.5. So this is the value of mean. Hopefully you understand this. Let's move to next question. So f is inversely proportional to the square of h. So we have f that is inversely proportional to square of h. So we can write 1 over h square. So f will be equals to k over h square. All right. Now f is equals to minus 3 by 4 is equals to k over, and h is equals to 2. I'm using these two values to find out the value of k. You can check that. We have 2 square over here. So this thing will be minus 3 by 4 is equals to k by 4. So just cross multiply. So we can also do directly, but just cross multiply. So 4k will be equals to minus 12. So k will be equals to minus 12 upon 4. So k will be equals to minus 3. Let's put this k value over here. So, so the expression that is connecting f and h is minus 3 over h square. Let's put the value over here now, minus 3 over minus 5 square. So this will be minus 3 over 25. So f will be equals to minus 3 over 25, and that is your answer. Let's do B part of this question. C is directly proportional to D square. If D is multiplied by 4, then C is multiplied by what? So if we put something in the place of D, if we let's do this with the help of like steps. So it's KD square. So let's replace D with 4D because D is multiplied by 4. So it will become 4D square. C is equals to K 4D. So C will be equals to 16. 4 square is 16 and then K into D. So if we like multiply D with 4D, so C will be multiplied with 16. So let's move to question number 18. So question number 18 says A, B, and C lie on circle center O. DE is tangent to circle A, and these are the given angles. So you need to find out the value of x. So you can simply check that this angles form its circumference, and the angle at center from this, and these angles are forming from same chord. These angles are forming from same chord. So the angle x will be double of angle 80. So that will be equals to 160 because, and you need to write reason here as well, because angle at center is twice, spellings are wrong, is twice the angle at circumference. All right, find the value of y. Now to find out the value of y, let's look at this diagram. Now you already know about alternate segment theorem, alternate segment property. So the angle that is between, let me highlight this so that you can understand better. The angle between tangent and chord, this the the angle that is between tangent and chord, this chord will exactly make the same angle at circumference. This chord will make the same angle at circumference. So this angle must be 55 degree. All right. Now let's find out this angle over here. So if we subtract these values from 180, 180 minus 80 minus 55, so this thing will comes out to 45. All right. So this angle over here is 45. Now similarly, this angle, this chord will make the same angle. Let me highlight this chord now. So this chord will make the same angle at circumference. Now this angle must be 45. This angle must be 45 degree. All right. Now what is the name of this angle? So the name of this angle is ABC. So ABC is equals to 40. Let's do calculation over here so that we can paste it over there later on. ABC is equals to 45. Now, can we find out this angle? Can we find out this angle? This angle. So these two sides are equal because these are radius, and the value of x over here is 160. So, so we have a triangle over here. So here is 160. So these sides are equal. Just I'm just drawing it quickly. And the angle over here will be same. So let's say here is a, here is a. So you can say a plus 160 equal 180. So 2a will be equals to 180 minus 160. So a will be equals to 20 by 2 and a will be equals to 10. All right. Now The angle over here is 10. Now the angle over here is 10. So y will be equals to 45 minus 10, and that will actually produce 35. Let's paste this calculation. Alright, so you can write 35 over here as your answer. Hopefully you understand this question. Okay, let's start with question number 19. So in question number 19, we have cumulative frequency diagram. Alright, so that shows about the test score for a group of students. Alright, now so we have test score on x-axis and cumulative frequency on y-axis. So use the diagram to find an estimate for the median score. So actually median is n by 2. So the value of n from the graph is 40. The value of n from the graph is 40. Alright, so now let's write it over here. 40 by 2 is equals to 20. So that is your y value, not your answer. So now you need to draw a line from 20, horizontal line from 20, and bring this line over here. So this is actually 52. Alright, so now the answer for median is 52. Let's move to next question. In this group, 60% of students pass the test. Like, so we have 60% of the students that pass the test. Use the diagram to find minimum score needed to pass the test. So basically we need to find the minimum score. So to find out the minimum score, let's say if 60% of students pass the test, so 40% of the students will fail the test. So 40% of n, so 40 over 100 multiply by 40, so you will get 16 over here. So if we take 60%, so this will tell us about the maximum marks achieved by a student who failed the test. Hopefully that makes sense. So now this 16 is your y value. All right, let's look at this value on the graph. And now you have 47 over here. So 47 are the minimum marks that student needs to pass the test. Let's start question number 20. So the area of rectangle is 69.5 centimeter square, correct to the nearest 0.5 meter square. The width of the rectangle is 3.8, correct to the nearest 0.1 meter. And we need to find out the upper bound of the length of rectangle. Alright, first of all, we need to find out the upper and lower bound for the area and width. So that is 69.5. Now it is nearest 0.5. So that means we need to take half of 0.5, and that will be actually 0.25. Alright, now you need to add 0.25 and subtract 0.25. Now you need to add 0.25 over here, and you need to subtract 0.25 from here. So what we will get here, so if we do 69.5, let's use calculator. So 69.5 plus 0.25, so you have 69.75. All right, and if we subtract 69.5 minus 0.25, so we will get 69.25. So we have 69.75 and 69.25. Let's do the width for the width of rectangle. So width is 3.8. So this is 0.1 divided by 2. So that will be equals to 0.05. Now let's add 0.05 over here and subtract 0.05 over here. So this will tell us about the upper and lower bound. So we have 3.85 and 3.75. So this is actually upper bound, this is lower bound, this is upper bound, this is lower bound. Now what is the formula for area? So area is equals to length times width. So length will be equals to area over width. Area over width. Now you need to find out the upper bound of the length of rectangle. So what you will do, so you will draw arrow towards top side. So you need to find upper bound. So that means, so you need to take the upper bound of area and you need to take the lower bound of width. Okay, all right. So now we have what we have over here. So the upper bound of area is 69.75 and lower bound of the width is 3.75. Let's calculate over here. So now we have 69.75 divided by 3.75. So this will be 18.6. So if you need the upper bounds of length, so you need to draw the same arrows and opposite arrow in the denominator. So let's just quickly simplify this. So 8 times 1 is 8 and 8 times 4 is 32. So 1 by 4x is your answer. Let's do this next part. So here you can check that 2f is common from here. So you can write f minus 4. And similarly, you can write f square minus 4 square. So we have 2f into f minus 4. F plus 4. Now f minus 4 and f minus 4 will get cancelled. So you'll get 2f over f plus 4. Okay, let's solve this question. So the diagram shows a triangular garden ABD. A path meets a path from A meets BD at point C, and these are the given values. You can check on the diagram as well. So you need to find out the area of triangle ABC. So ABC is a right angle triangle. So you need to find somehow the base and height of this triangle so that you can find out the area easily. So let's find out the angle that we can easily find. So can we find out this angle easily? Yes. So how can we find out? So we can subtract 180 minus 34. That will actually produce 146. Similarly, we can find out this angle easily. So we can do, so the name of this angle is CAD. So this will be equals to 180 minus 146 minus 18, and that will be equals to 16. All right. So this angle over here is actually 16. Now you can check that you have angle and opposite side pair. Angle and opposite side pair. So when you have angle and opposite side pair, so you can use sine rule easily. All right. So which side we need to find? We need to find out this side. Let's say this side is x. Okay. So now we can use sine rule. X over which angle is opposite to this one? 18. So you can write x over sine 18 is equals to 8 over sine 16. So now 8, the angle opposite to 8 is sine 16. So you can write 8 over 16. All right. Now just simply cross multiply and you can find out the value easily. And now this thing will become x equal 8 sine 18 over sine 16. So you can write 8 times sine 18 over sine 16, and this thing is 8.96. So if we round it off up to 3 significant figures, so this will things become 8.97. So x will be equals to 8.97. All right, now we have 8.97 over here. Now you have a right angle triangle over here. Let's draw this triangle separately over here. This thing is 8.97 and this thing is 34, and we can easily find out any side from here. by using trigonometric ratios. So let's say if we need to find out this side. So this is perpendicular actually. So let's say this is A. So sine 34 will be equals to, let's do this over here. Sine 34 is equals to A by 8.97. It's perpendicular over hypotenuse. So A will be equals to 8.97 into sine 34. So the value is 5.02. So A will be equals to 5.02. Now this side is actually 5.02. Now you can use Pythagoras theorem over here. So Pythagoras theorem is actually hypotenuse square. And what is hypotenuse over here? So hypotenuse over here is 8.97 square is equals to 5.02 square, and let's say this side is b minus b square plus b square, sorry, plus b square. All right, let's simply calculate this. So this will be 8.97 square minus 5.02 square, and then take square root over here and take square root over here as well. So if we do this on calculator, square root 8.97 square minus 5.02 square, and this thing comes out to 7.43. So b will be equals to 7.43. All right, now the base is actually 7.43 and height is 5.04. So what we will do, 1 over 2 multiply by 7.43 multiply by 5.02. So 1 over 2 multiply by 7.43 multiply by 5.02. Now let's do this on calculator. So we have 0.5 multiply by the answer multiply by 5.02. So this thing comes out to 18.7, rounded to 3 significant figures. Hopefully you understand this. Now the shaded area ABC is covered with grass seed. A box of grass seed dollar cost $6. Now, but each box contains through enough grass seeds to cover an area of 5 centimeters square. Calculate the total cost of the box needed to cover this area with seed. So, which area we need to cover? So, we need to cover the shaded area, and the area of the shaded part is actually 18.7 centimeters square. All right, now so first of all we need to find out how many boxes we need. So actually let's use proportion over here. So boxes are here and meter square is over here. So one box cover 5 meters square. So what is the area over here? So it's 18.7 and we need x to write x over here. Now just cross multiply these values. All right, now what you will get from here, so 5x will be equals to 18.7. So x will be equals to 18.7 divided by 5. So if we do 18.7 divided by 5, so we will have 3.74. So we'll have 3.74. All right, so how many boxes we need? 3.74. So 3.74 mean we need 4 boxes, because 4 and what is the cost of one box? That is $6. So 4 times 6 will be equals to $24, and that is your answer. Okay, let's move to question number 23. You need to find out the angle of the major sector AOB, and the length of major arc is 44 centimeter and the radius is 9.1 centimeter. Now, so the angle of major sector we need, so you are given with the arc length. So the formula for arc length is actually, let's say this angle over here is x. So it is x over 360 times 2 pi r. All right, now what is arc length over here? So arc length over here is 44 is equals to x over 360 multiplied by 2 times pi times 9.1. Now if we solve these values over here, so what we will get from here, so let's simply put these all values on other side so that we can directly put it on calculator. Now this 360 is dividing over here, so it will get multiplied. So you'll have x is equals to 44 multiplied by 360 over 2 pi into 9.1. Let's put this value directly on calculator. So you have 44 multiplied by 360 over 2 shift pi and then multiply by 9.1. So this thing comes out to 277.03. So you can easily simply write, so x is equals to 277. So the angle over here is 277. All right, now this is like Jamila joins OA and OB. So she joins OA and OB and a cone forms. All right, Jamila joins OA to OB to form a curve. The curved surface area of a cone. Show that the radius of the cone is 7.0, correct to one decimal place. Okay, let's first understand when when a cone when a cone is open. When a cone is open, so if we open this cone, so what will happen? So the slant height becomes the radius. So let's write these points over here. So these are important points. Slant height becomes radius. All right, now what is the radius over here? 9.1. So the slant height will be equals to 9.1. Now second thing, circumference of circumference of cone base is equals to arc length of sector. Arc length of sector. All right, so you can easily check that if you have a sector and then you try to join the radius, so you will be, uh, it forms a cone, and slant height become radius, or radius becomes slant height. Circumference of the cone base is equals to arc length of sector. Okay, now you need to find out the radius. So we will use this thing over here. So what is the circumference of cone base? So it is a circle, so that will be 2 times pi times r is equals to arc length of the sector. And what was the arc length of the sector? So the arc length of the sector was 44 centimeter. So let's write 44 over here. So r will be equals to 44 divided by 2 pi, and if we do it on calculator, 44 divided by 2, sorry, 44 divided by 2 pi, so this thing comes out to 7.00. So we can say it's 7.0, and it's already given over here. So that means our answer is correct. Calculate the volume of cone. Now, what is the volume of cone? First of all, let's write it over here. So the volume of cone is 1 over 3 pi r square h. Okay, so now this is 9.1 and the radius is actually 7. Let's write it over here as well. So this is 7. Now this is height. All right, so to find out the volume, so first we need to find out the height. So let's use Pythagoras theorem over here. So hypotenuse is 9.1, base is 7, and then you have, let's say, x over here. So it will be 9.1 square is equals to x square plus 7 square. Let's remove square on from x. So you need to take square root on both sides. Now square root 9.1 square minus 7 square. So this thing will produce 5.81. 5.81. So the height of this cone is 5.81. Now let's substitute the values here. So it will be 1 over 3 times pi times the radius, and the radius over here is actually 7. So this will be 7 square and height is 5.81. All right, now let's find out. So 1 over 3 multiply by pi multiply by 7 square multiply by 5.81. So this things comes out to 298.1. So up to three significant figure, the answer will be 298. So the answer will be 298 centimeters. Hopefully you understand this question. Okay, so let's find out the next part. Oliver has a cone mathematically similar to Jamila's cone. The volume of the Oliver's cone is this. Calculate the radius of Oliver's cone. Now let's use the formula because you have volume. So the ratio of volume in similar shape is equals to, it will be R1 over R2 cube. Okay, so now what is the value of V1? So the volume of Oliver cone is 2387. Let's write it over here. And what is the volume of the cone that we have over here? So it is Jamila's cone. So it's 298. All right, divided by 298 is equals to R1. So R1 is the radius of Oliver's cone and R2 is the radius of Jamila's cone, that is 7. We have cube on both sides. Let's take cube root on both sides to remove the cube. Now you will have cube root of 2387 over 298 is equals to R1 over 7. Let's find out this thing on calculator. So this is 2.0008. So you can write 2 is equal, sorry, is equals to R1 over 7. So 2 times 7 will be R1. So this will be equals to 14 centimeter. So hopefully you understand this question. Let's move to question number 24. So this question says that the volume of cuboid is 720 centimeter cube and the length is 3x minus 10, width is this and height is this. So as we have volume here, so we need to use volume to find out the to make this equation. So we need to use this information. Volume is 720. So what is the volume of cuboid? So it is length time width time height. Let's write it over here. So it is 3x minus 10, that is length, times width, that is 6, and x plus 2, that is height, and this will be equals to 720. So let's multiply 6 with x plus 2. So this will be 6x plus 12 is equals to 720. Now let's expand the brackets over here. So if you multiply 3x with 6x, you will get 18x square, and if you multiply 3x with 12, you will get 36x. So what you will write over here, 18x square plus 36x minus 60x minus 120. And if we bring this 720 over here, because we need to make 0 on right side, so minus 720 is equals to 0. So we don't have any other terms of x square, so we will write this term as it is. Now if we solve minus 36x and minus if we solve plus 36x and minus 60x, so we will get minus 24x from here, minus, and 120 minus 720 will becomes minus 840 is equals to 0. All right, now can you find out what thing is common from here? So we need to make 3 over here, so let's take 6 from common from here. So 6 is common, so this will be 3x square minus 4x minus 140, and that will be equals to 0. So if we divide 840 by 6, so it will be 140. So now if you shift this 6 to other side, so 3x square minus 4x minus 140 is equals to 0. So that is the equation that you need to form over here. Let's move to B part of this question. So you need to solve this quadratic equation, and your answer is up to 2 decimal place. So that means we need to use quadratic formula over here. So we can use it over here. So quadratic formula is x is equals to minus b plus minus square root b square minus 4ac over 2a. Now it will be minus time minus 4 plus minus square root minus 4 square minus 4 times 3 times minus 140 over 2 times 3. So this thing stand out to 4 plus minus 16. And if you multiply 4 with 3 and 140, let's do it over here. So this is 1680 over 6. So this will be equals to 4 plus minus 1680 plus 16. So this will be 1696 now. All right. Now over 6. Let's put this value on calculator. Okay, let's put this value on calculator. So now we have 4 plus square root 1696 over 6. So this thing will produce 7.53. So we have one answer, that is 7.53. And now this second answer is 6.19. So this will be 6 point minus 6.20. All right. Calculate the area of the top face of cuboid. So we can ignore this answer because we have negative sign and length cannot be negative. All right. So now we have x is equals to 7.53 and the area of the top face of cuboid. So the top face of cuboid is, so this is top face. So this thing is 3x minus 10 and this thing is 6. So 6 into 3x minus 10. We have 6 into 3x minus 10. So 6 bracket 3 into 7.53 minus 10. So this thing will produce 75.54. So the answer is actually 75.54. So it's just 1 minute, 75.54. Okay. Let's move to question number 25. So question number 25, in question number 25, so you need to write 2x square minus 8x plus 7 in the form of a bracket x minus b whole square plus c. Now let's write this equation again, 2x square minus 8x plus 7. So you can check that you have constant term over here that is separate and you need to take common from here because a is over here. Just take 2 common from here. So that will be x square minus 4x bracket close plus 7. Now to need to make the square, so you need to write x square minus 4x and you need to do the half of x coefficient. X coefficient over here is 4, so you need to add the half square plus 2 square and minus 2 square plus 7. So this thing will produce 2 bracket x minus 2 square minus 4 plus 7. So now these three terms will make x minus 2 whole square. So these two things will make x minus 2 whole square and then this minus 2 square will be minus 4. So because we have bracket over here, that's why I put another bracket over here. So now this thing will produce, if we expand the bracket 2 into x minus 2 square, we multiply these two things and if we multiply this, so this will be minus 8 plus 7. So this will be 2 times x minus 2 square minus 1. Now we have 2 into x minus 2 square minus 1 as your answer in this form. All right. Now you need to write down the turning points of the coordinates of the graph. So you already have the answer in this form. Now you need to just change the sign of this thing and take this. So this is x coordinate of the turning point and this is y coordinate. Just change the sign. So this will be 2 and you will have minus 1 over here. Let's solve C part of this question. So the equation 2x square minus 8x plus 7 is equals to k has two solution. Calculate the inequality for k. All right. Now the quadratic function is y is equals to 2x square minus 8x plus 7. And now we already done that 2x square minus 8x plus 7 is actually equals to 2 bracket x minus 2 whole square plus 1. Now if we draw the quadratic curve over here, so this is the turning point 2 comma minus 1. Now this same function over here is equals to k, so we can say y is equals to k. Okay, so this equation has two solutions. Sorry, so this equation have two solutions. That mean we need to find we need the value of k over here, so that it has two solutions. So two solution mean that it must touches the curve at 2 points. So if I draw a line over here, okay, so what is the equation of this line? Y is equals to minus 1. All right, this is a horizontal line, so y equal minus 1. So we can say for this line k is equals to minus 1. So you can check that if I draw a line below this curve, it will not touches the curve. So if I draw this line over here, so it will touches the curve at this point. Now if I draw any line over here above this point, above this line, so it will touches the curve at 2 points. So that means k should be greater than minus 1. K should be greater than minus 1. Okay, that's all for this video. So hopefully you understand all the concepts. So if you have any sort of problems, you can tell in comments. Okay, students, take care and Allah Hafiz.